Morning, guys. Wanted to hop on and share one of the biggest components that I see missing from a client's ankle motion, ankle mobility, particularly into dorsiflexion. So, when I'm looking at someone and I want to determine how well their ankle moves in this direction, this is what I'm looking at. Now, if you've done the traditional banded ankle mobility work, sustained calf stretches, if you've done all the things and you still are limited in this motion, check your tibial rotation. It's one thing that I see people missing often. In a seated position, feet flat on the ground. The key is to not let your foot do any kind of substitutions or maneuvers to try to get around any limitation, okay? So I'm going to start on my left side. I know this one is limited compared to here, so it'll be a good demonstration. Keeping my heel planted, I'm going to rotate my foot along with my lower limb in. Now, that's about as far as I get, where if I want to go further, my foot starts to do this, right? That's no longer my lower leg moving. So again, if I start in this neutral position, heel on the floor, I'm going to rotate my foot inward, keeping it grounded on the floor the whole time, any amount that I can. That's my internal rotation. Now I'm going to rotate back and do the same thing, but the opposite way. So now I'm going to rotate out, quite a bit of movement there, and back in. Let's compare here. Right one rotates in, much more, and then out, pretty good. So if I do both at the same time, I can definitely rotate more with this guy than this one. How do we fix it? Start with some soft tissue work where we're just maneuvering and manipulating the skin and this more superficial layers of tissue all the way down and up. And then we know that when we go into ankle dorsiflexion, foot pronation, we want to see that lower limb also rotate in. That's typically where we're missing it, right? So now we're going to practice moving into dorsiflexion while simultaneously manipulating our own leg to internally rotate. So I'm just putting my hands, the web space of my thumb and finger, index finger, and I'm just going to twist as I come forward. Twist as I come forward. Twist all the way down. Maybe you find an area that feels a little more snug. Spend some time there. Once you've done that about 10 to 20 times, let's now come forward in that dorsiflexion stretch. See if you can't get any further. I definitely feel better here now. And compare. So reassess those two things. You can start with looking at dorsiflexion, much better for me. And then you can also look at your tibial or lower leg internal rotation now. I would say that's better. Give it a shot. Let me know in the comments if you try it and how it went.